problem. So we are here at the toss, and Willet spun the coin and won the toss. Your plans for today?
We're going to have a bat first.
Any particular reason?
No reason, we just decided we're going to bat first and put some runs on the board.
Okay. And Miss Moses, had you won the toss, what would you have done?
We would have batted first.
Any, I noticed the conditions very overcast. You think that would help your bowling?
Yes, I do think that it might help with the swing a bit, starting with pace. So yeah, just go out there to back ourselves.
And you're totally devastated, St. Kitts. 39 all out. That sounded almost unbelievable. You think Nevis would be a similar rollover?
Hopefully, we're just gonna play our game. Anything happens, happens. Just everybody have a good game today. Yeah.
I want to wish both of you a great game. Hope that there's no rain. Good game.
Yes, thank you.
All right, all the best. So the conditions here at the ET Willet Park pretty overcast, but the Antigua Barbuda team bubbling as they go, led by Moses. And the opening batters for Nevis are out in Dav Ronique, that's Dav, and Melissa Clark. They're the openers for Nevis. And pitch looking pretty brown. Could be a pretty good track today. What you put in, what you get out kind of track. The outfield, not really glistening green, but there's a lot of green and some brown somewhere. And still has a bit of an overcast, but based on what we are hearing about the weather and the heat for this week, I think everybody would be thankful for the overcast for now, hoping that there'll be no rain though. Well, Tonya Martin will be starting for the Antigua and Barbuda team, and she'll be bowling to Melissa Clark. Of course, Melissa Clark would have already made it to the Leeward Islands team, and certainly looking forward to go a lot further. She has been one of the finds of female cricket here in Nevis over the years. Sanelda Willett would be another call. Davonique is making a name for herself. She's a pretty good batter too, but needs some runs now to establish herself. But it's the first ball up for Martin. She pulls up and just gives the batter a steer, as fast bowlers love to do. Now the sun comes out in blazing glory, and we understand that today is really going to be hot. As here goes Martin, moving in now to bowl, full toss, and she's quietly forward. But that was a rank full toss, and Melissa Clark deciding, well, I'm starting really carefully here, but she just came quietly forward and pushed it back up the strip to the bowler. Here goes once more. Martin bowls, left alone again. This time signaled wide by the umpire, Carl Tuckett. So starting just outside the off stump and moving further away. Noticeable away movement too. So it's going to be Tonya Martin once more. Moving in now to bowl to Clark, short, and she stands up straight and just jabs it down. And the way to slips and moving away quickly there is, I think, the captain Moses, and she pulled it in quickly. Again, not opting to pull on that occasion, Melissa Clark. She has started really quietly here. I think she has decided very early that she wants to be there for the long haul. So she has started very carefully, trying to get a feel of the ball on the bat. Settles once more, tall. As Martin bowls this time, she is shadowing the ball as it again moves away outside the off stump through to the keeper. So Nevis yet to get on the tins, as it's going to be Martin once more. From the historic batter to then bowls, turns it away nicely, but finds the square leg out. She doesn't quite stop it. They should be looking for two here, and well, that would have been mighty close. She was turning blind. There was Dav, and good thing that Melissa Clark looked up and was able to warn her and told her to stay in her crease. So Nevis off and running. So that brings Dav into strike. Settles over her bat now. Moves in now to bowl, and that one quicker. And wide again. Quicker delivery, and again the away movement, and again starting well outside the off stump. And another wide. I forgot that they already had a wide, so even before that single, they would have had one on the tin, so it should be free now for no loss. A little bit of an edge there. Let's see if bat was onto that. That should be interesting. Leg by signal by the umpire, and that effectively ends the first over. Nevis 4 for no loss. Well, the captain Moses comes into the attack. She was feeling that first slip a while ago. She picked up 4 wickets for 18 runs versus St. Kitts. And as she says today, she'll be hoping to do something similar against Nevis. And of course, the Nevisians would have something different to say about that. But it would be Davinique who will be taking strike. And number 76 on her back. Pretty long run here for Moses. As she prepares to move in now to bowl. Here she goes, Moses. Nice smooth run up. Moves in now to bowl. Turned away nicely by Dav. Down towards the long leg position of Miss Spears. That should be going back. And she was turning. Again, not staying focused there, Davinique. She was just running. Casually settled for the single. And the bad misfield down there. They should have gotten 2. But settled for 1 in the end. Here goes once more. Bowls. Back of a length and quietly played in the offside by Melissa Clark. So here goes. Moses bowls to Clark. Clark is on the back foot. Maybe should have been on the front foot. That was pretty well pitched up, but she was quietly back on the back foot and just pushing it quietly into the offside. So here is Moses, number 76 on her back. Tall, lanky, fast bowler. Moves in now to bowl. Turns at that. That should be a wide. Well taken again by the wicketkeeper. So here's Moses once more. Races in now to bowl to Melissa Clark. Bowls. Again, that's another wide. Losing the script badly here. Looks frustrated too, Moses. So Moses getting some advice from one of the coaches, asking her to start wide off the off stump. Here she goes. Moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark gets this one, turns it gently into the onside. They're off quickly for the single. Good bit of running on that occasion. And the ball eluding the fielder in the attempt to back up. And they got a single. That was well run. Well thought out, well run. So an ongoing battle here between the sun and the clouds. We have a little bit of a shade once more. Here goes Moses moving in now to bowl to Dav. Dav is looking as if she was going to hit it hard down the ground and then just gently pushed it into the offside. It's a longish over because she would have bowled 2 wide so far. So it's going to be Moses once more. She races in now to bowl to Dav. Bowls. There's Dav pushing it into the onside. They're thinking of the single. But this time around, Melissa Clark says no. And that ends the over. So Melissa Clark back in strike. And it's going to be Tonya Martin from the far end. Moving in now to bowl. He is quietly, stylishly back on the cross. Pushes it into the offside. Moses applauding in the slips, asking her team for some energy. As Melissa Clark takes her guard and will settle now. Nice stance as she settles, bowls. She's smashing that one away into the offside, away from the field at extra cover. It's going to run pretty close to the boundary. It's not going to get there. They're supposed to be going back for this one for the floor. Again, turning blind up there is Davinique, and they only get 2. But that wasn't too far away from the extra cover. It was in there for a bit. She looks disappointed, but I think it was hit firmly enough and well away from her to be safe. And it was safe, actually, and they got 2. So settles once more, Clark, as Martin bowls. This time she's driving smoothly straight up to the fielder who fields it well. But looking smooth on that occasion. Just a nice little drive into the offside. So Clark settles as Martin races in now to bowl. She's pulling that one over the head of square leg. It might have the legs to get there. It does. And that's the first boundary. Short. and pulled away over square leg into the boundary for 4. Lovely shot by Melissa Clark. I think the square leg would have dropped back just a couple of meters as here goes into bowl once more. She's driving at that. Shot in anger. Got the inner edge. Almost a Chinese cut. And came down to short fine leg position. And they got a single, but a little bit of luck on that occasion for Melissa Clark. So that brings Dav back into strike. As it's going to be Martin moving in now to bowl. She's hitting that one uppishly over the head of the field at point. They should be thinking 2 here. Turning for it. Davonique is hustling and gets home safely. The return a bit slow in coming in. And they got 2. So Nevis suddenly upping the tempo here. And a couple of runs in that over. Well, it's going to be the captain Moses. Moving in now to bowl to Clark is playing a loose looking shot outside the off stump on the back foot and just wafting the bat at it. So it's going to be Moses once more. Races in now to bowl to Clark. There goes. This time she's solidly in defense. Pushes it into the offside. Moses hustles across. Can't score. So it's going to be Moses once more. Races in now to bowl to Clark. Here goes. Bowl. Clark is hitting that one uppishly into the offside. And certainly didn't time that well. It was a rank long hop, really. But maybe she should have been pulling that one. She was trying to hit it towards long off or over long off. And hit the top of the bat and went in the ear. The fielder didn't have a chance, really. But it was not the best of shots on that occasion. So that brings Dav back into strike. As here goes. Nice smooth run up his Moses. Bowls. This time she's getting a good delivery. Pushes it into the outside. So here's Moses once more. Moving in now to bowl to Dav. Bowls. Turns it into the onside. Thought of the single, but the fielder is quick. And gets the return in quickly. So it's going to be Moses from the pavilion end. Moves in now to bowl to Davonique. Is having a switch at that. Her eyes opened up. She certainly was looking towards a Monstrat or Sabre. She really had a swing at that and missed it. True to the keeper. And I don't know when that happened, but I'm just getting a report here that one of her fingers got busted. I don't know if when that ball popped on her uncomfortably, it took more finger than bat. And so dark brown, the physio goes out. We're going to have a look at that. And will she continue to bat? Or will she come off? She is one strong lass though. Carl Tuckett looking at his watch as if to say, well, we have to do something. We can't stay on here forever without playing. And Dark Brown having a look at it, and hopefully it's not that bad that she cannot continue. Well, the sad news is that she's coming off. So Davonique is coming off. Apparently the damage is that bad that she has to come off and get some attention. So Nevis effectively, they haven't lost a wicket per se, but that partnership has been stopped. So unfortunately, we had Davonique Maynard retiring. Tanya Maynard bowls solidly forward, showing her the maker's mark. Again, Tanya Martin gives her a bit of a glare, a bit of a steer. Fast bowlers love to do that, only that when they're back driven, they don't stay too long. They walk back quickly to their bowling mark. But she has a bit of a fast bowler's attitude, this Tanya Martin. As she races in now from the Bath Hotel and bowls. That's the wide, and the keeper does well. Coming across and pulling it in both gloves. So the score 18 for no loss. Melissa Clark is on 10. Davonique Maynard retired, hurt for 3. Hopefully she'll be able to come back. And Anik has gone out at number 3. She also represented the Leeward Islands team. More known for fast bowling though. Here goes. She's pulling that one. Savage. They show me wicket for 4. That's a lovely shot. Staying low. The bowler definitely tried to dig it in. It didn't really get up and she stayed low. She's a tall lass, is Melissa Clark. And she stayed low and she cracked it to mid wicket for 4. So Clark will settle once more. Tonya Martin. We're moving now from the Bath Hotel end. Here she goes. Races in now to bowl. This time she's just stroking it into the offside. Backward of point comes into focus. Picks up nicely. Can't score. So Clark settles as Martin moves in once more to bowl. This time she watches it as it drops outside the off stump and the away movement once more. Just watches it through, knowing where her off stump is. Looking as if she means it today. Melissa Clark, she meant it in the last game too. She got 79. And looking to maybe go past that today. So here goes once more. Moves in now. Martin bowls that time. They are appealing, but knocked it into the turf. There was a louder shout, a loud appeal there, but she had jabbed it into the ground, bounced up and well taken by the bowler. So here goes once more. Martin moves in now. She's punching it into the offside. The fielder comes in, picks up nicely, and that ends the over. So Freeman it is, Annie, who has gone to the crease to replace Davinick Maynard, who retired with a busted finger. So the left-handed Freeman will take strike. Like I say, I know more for her bowling, but has developed into a pretty useful batter. She settles now, bowls left alone outside the off stump as she shadows it. Ball from Moses. So it's going to be Moses, the big number 76 on her back, the captain of this Antigua Barbuda team. Moves in now to bowl to Anik. Anik is just standing up straight and just pushes it into the offside. Can't score. So here he goes. Moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Full toss. She's driving at that. Beaten through to the keeper. So must say that the cloud cover is doing a fantastic job in keeping the conditions here pretty cool in what has been predicted as a very hot day. Moves in now to bowl. That time she's fishing at that. It was wide of the off stump and she was just playing a naughty shot, and there's Melissa Clark going down to say, "You're not a fisherman, Miss Freeman. You're not a fisherman, and don't go fishing." So Moses moves in once more. Bowls. This time she's off the edge. May have been dropped because it went pretty close to that first slip. Maybe touched her hand, but it went away for 4. But again, Melissa Clark is having a word with her and telling her, if you're going, go hard. You don't just push tentatively and hope for the best. If you're going, you go hard. And gone for 4 though, and 4 more to Nevis. So it's going to be Tonya Martin in this extended spell. She started from that end. She's still going. Quietly, solidly forward is Melissa Clark. So it's going to be Martin, Tonya. Moving in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is just coming across his off stump, punches it into the offside. Stopped at backward of point. And it's going to be Martin once more. And we'll be moving in now to bowl to Melissa Clark. So Tonya Martin from the Bath Hotel end moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is just stroking it nicely. They should have been thinking of a single there. She played it with soft hands, but Annick Freeman not interested. But Here goes once more, moves in now to board. To Clack Clack is on driving. That's a lovely looking shot, and it's down towards the wide mid on fielder, and they get a single. So it's going to be Freeman in strike. Freeman has started pretty tentatively, and it's going to be Tonya Martin. Remember, this Antigua team bowled out St. Kitts for just 39. And now here goes Bosie, looking a lot more comfortable there. Nevis is already pretty close to 39 for no loss. Davonique Maynard retired hurt with a busted finger. Apart from that, Melissa Clark is steering the ship and into the 20s. Here goes once more. Bowls short and she's standing up straight. Pushes it into the outside. Here goes once more, moves in now to bowl. Another wide. Moses, the captain, has lost the script. She looks frustrated. Here goes once more, moves in now. Moses to bowl. Clark is back and across, looking really set today. Here goes once more. Moses moves in now to bowl. To Clark. Clark hits it into the onside. Lofted shot. It's not going to go to the boundary, I believe. Well, I said it wrong. It's gone across the ropes for 4. Shot in anger. There's going to be Moses now. Wouldn't like that one bit. Fast bowlers don't like to be hit like that. Moves in now to bowl to Clark. Here she goes. Bowl to Melissa Clark. Back and across. Plays it into the onside. May have thought about a single there. And he's saying, what's happening there, Melissa? And it was a long way down to mid-on. Soft hands and all. Moves in now to bowl. She's going down the ground. That's it hard. But well, oh, not well stopped after all. There's a little bit of, this could be interesting. Is Annie fast enough? She's struggling. Gets home. 2 runs. Good running there by Annie. A little drizzle now. Starting here at the grounds. Clark is swinging that one away. Down the hill it's going. But there's a long leg coming across. And they settle for 1. I think we'll soon see a change in the bowling. These 2 bowlers haven't really done anything. And we'll check the score in a few. Well, we have a new bowler. Another medium pace bowler. We'll get the name in a few. Moves in now. Long hair flying in the breeze. Oh, she looks stiff. She looks a little quickish. That one came off a little quickish. Slim pace bowler with a little bit of pace, I thought. That one came off a little quick. Left alone by Clark. I think we have to watch the action a little closer though. It's not quite a Fidel Edwards type of action, but it's not the orthodox type of action. And she's running pretty close to the umpire and to the stumps. Here she goes once more. Let's watch this closely. The slinging kind of action, left alone outside the off stump. Not as quick as the first one. She looks back at the umpire. She knows she was just about dodging the wide call on that occasion. So we have heard about Courtney Brown playing for the West Indies, but this is a Courtney Brown playing for Antigua and Barbuda females. So I guess Courtney is a name used by both males and females. So watching that action closely, it's an interesting looking action. Slingy kind of action. Moves in now to bowl. Oh, that's a poor shot. That might just be gone. Dropped. Melissa Clark has gotten a life. She got across to it, got both hands to it, and maybe just not being able to stop in terms of that running, and almost gave it away there, Melissa Clark. And even Annie now is going to have a chat with her. So it's going to be Annie taking strike now from Courtney Brown. Moves in now to bowl. What? He's standing up straight and punching it into the offside. And can't score. Well, the drizzle seems to be increasing here. I have to watch that carefully as Brown bowls. Oh, looks solid. I think that's the way Annie's going to play all day, really. She's more a defensive type player. And, well, I guess they just want somebody to stay along with Melissa Clark. Well, she has gone around the wicket for the left-hander. And she moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Little zigzag in the run-up. Oh, Freeman playing a shot in anger, flashing hard and true to the keeper. But we have a tall bowler, number 88 on her back, Richards. She's bowling spin. Let's see what kind of spin though. Let's see what she's bowling. Looks like off breaks. Quietly forward. No ball. It's going to be free hit time. Melissa Clark, apparently she overstepped. So a poor start for Richards. No, Melissa Clark is just waiting for a free hit. She has the well, she didn't ask the umpire if she overstepped or what the problem was, or is it the field? Moves in now to bowl. Clark swings, but there's a deep mid wicket who stops it one-handed, and they get a single. She definitely had a swing at that and picks up a single. Can't be the field. So here she goes. Moves in now to bowl. Oh, Annie doesn't know too much about that. She was on the front foot. Got the inner edge, went into the outside. The drizzle is getting a little worrisome, but the sun is trying to get back out. Here she goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Has a nice grip. There's a swing and a miss down the leg side, but her leg stump was exposed. She needs to be careful with that, because when I think Melissa Clark picked it up as well, she went right across the stumps. I could have seen leg and middle. Fortunately for her, the ball was poorly lined. Here she goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Driving. The extra cover runs in quickly. They look pretty agile, the Antiguan fielders. Some of them look a little big in terms of size, but they move well in the field. Here goes once more. Bowls. Oh, beaten! She shouts her appeal. Well taken by the keeper. Umpire Tokup says no edge on that, but the bowler was very interested. But she was comprehensively beaten. Did we see a little turn on that one? Maybe not. She was just playing down the wrong line. So Freeman looking really tentative now to the off spinner. Bowls again, good grip. This time she's solidly forward, and that goes into the offside. Can't score. So she's a very tall bowler. She moves in once more to bowl. She loops it. She's driving nicely on the front foot is Freeman. Back up the strip to the bowler. That ends the over. Well, it's going to be the bowler from the far end with that interesting run up and action. She's bowling back over the wicket now. Moves in now to bowl. Pulls it, but doesn't really time it too well. She's struggling is Annie, but she gets home. Gets home safely. But she was struggling again. Looks as if she really was struggling. So Freeman has been there for a while. I think she might be on 4. So that little zigzag in a run. Oh, she looks good on the front foot, I could tell you. If runs could be given for strokes, she would be in 100 by now, Annie Freeman. But I think her role, I think she knows her role. She's just going to be there and hold on while Melissa Clark really strikes the ball around. I guess that's the plan. And then we have Sanelda Willet, who is in the hut. She got 58 in the game against St. Kitts. We'll be hoping to make another half a ton today. Here she goes. Moves in now to bowl and pulls up. So here goes. Moves in once more to bowl to Freeman. Oh, that's as wide as they come. She throws everything at that. So here goes once more. Races in now to bowl. This time she's shadowing that one. Here goes. Moves in once more to bowl to Freeman. Freeman is stodgily pushing it off and running. That's a good call. Melissa Clark called for the single. She was running through very quickly indeed, and Moses not happy at all. Moses gesticulating like Vivian Richards would have. Like, what kind of thing is going on here? Anyway, she says, let's go, focus. That brings Melissa Clark into strike as the bowler from the batter till end. That zigzag, she missed the beat. It has to be rhythmic. However that run up goes, at some point she's going to do the little zigzag thing. If she doesn't get it right, yeah. If she doesn't get it right, it's going to throw her off. And it looks as if the drizzle is intensifying and we might just have to get out of this. Let's at least get this delivery as it's the bowler moving in now from the far end. Moves in now to, again, she doesn't get it right. Well, the rain is coming down and we'll have to get out of this. And that's as wide as it comes. Still not getting it right. Well, the umpires have decided to stay on, even though the groundsmen are getting close to the covers. She moves in once more to bowl. She's standing up straight, pushes it into the offside, and can't score. I think Carl Tuckett having a look. Cloud cover is pretty heavy at this point. The drizzle is not hard, so he has opted to continue. He's the senior umpire out there, and he knows this ET Willet Park to a T. This is where he learned his cricket. So here goes once more. She moves in now. Courtney Brown it is. Moves in now to bowl. Swing and a miss. That's another wide. I think the drizzle is holding up. The sun is still trying hard to get back to dominate what is supposed to be a very hot day. And here is Courtney Brown. Moves in now to bowl. He's driving at that. Goes down to mid-on. She certainly was aiming towards mid-off. Got it down to mid-on and got a single. Jenison Richards bowling now to Clark. Turns it into the onside and they're off and running. Good single once more. There's Annie Freeman. She's playing her role, and the score is 50 for no loss. The 50 is on the tins. We had one batter retired, but 50 for no loss is the score. So here goes. Richards bowls wide. Well taken by the wicketkeeper. She has done well, the wicketkeeper. She looks pretty sharp. What happened to you, West? Here goes once more. Bowls. This time solidly, quietly, plays it back up the strip to the bowler. But here goes once more. Richards moves in now to bowl. It's driving, diving away. Can't stop it. They should look for two here. Going down the hill. It's not going to go far, but Annie's going to get two. Not a bad shot on that occasion. And picks up two more. So Nevis off to a pretty good start so far. This is going to be Richards to bowl now to Freeman. Here goes, bowls to Freeman. Freeman is beaten true to the keeper again. The keeper, well, fumbled slightly at the end, but there was no edge on that one. But, oh, she actually whipped off the bails. That's why the ball was released. The keeper has looked pretty sharp, I must tell you. Keeper has looked pretty sharp. She has done a pretty good job so far. So Parker is the keeper, and she has looked pretty sharp so far. Here goes Richards, both loops that one, stuck on the pad, and off and running. That's a dangerous run too. That was because they were appealing. Melissa Clark decided, well, it's only gone there, but I'm going to run. And Richards, of course, shouting her appeal. So apparently came off the bat, and so it's a single. So one more to the total. Courtney bowls a wide. So here goes, here she goes, moves in now to bowl. Brown plays it, pushes it into the offside. Well stopped. Well, they're running through now. Running on a misfield. And they get through. Here goes once more. As he moves in now. She moves in now. Boom, bowls. Oh, she's looking for the single, but that's not on. Here goes once more. Brown bowls, pulls it away into the onside. They should get at least one. Looks as if they're relaxing for one out of view of camera. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Wide. That's what I meant. Extras. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Beaten outside the off. Some naughty looking shot there. Just pushing tentatively at that was Freeman. So her role is pretty obvious. She's just going to farm the bowling really. And Clark will be the one to lead out in terms of striking the ball around. Occasionally. Here goes once more. It's going to be Courtney Brown with a little different kind of action and run up down the leg side and misfielded as well. They might even be thinking of an extra one, and somebody says no, and it's wide. So 2 wides. So the Antigua bowling losing the script here. Coach wouldn't be very happy with what he's seeing at this moment. Here goes once more. Brown moves in now to bowl. Driving at that. And not getting over it on that occasion. Came off the inside edge of the bat into the onside. And Clark, of course, fresh from 79 in her last game. Sanelda Willet, who is to come, made 58. And Freeman, who is at the crease, I think she made 6 in her last encounter. She has gone past that for now. As Brown with that unique run-up bowls. She's punching it into the offside. Does it get past the fielder? Sliding effort. She throws it away from her. They should be looking for 2. They get 2 very easily. And that effectively ends another over. Well, the drizzle is still pretty much on, but I'm back out on the field as she pushes it quietly into the offside. Freeman can't score. So here goes once more. The off spinner, Richards, bowls. Again, that nice stride into the shot and just pushes it into the offside. Can't score. So it's Richards to bowl to the left-handed Freeman. Moves in now to bowl. Again, Freeman pushing it a little more firmly. Fielder stops it nicely, can't score. So Richards once more to bowl to Freeman, who retakes her guard. Settles now Freeman. As Richards moves in now. Bowls flatter, swung away. That's a lovely shot by Freeman. That's going pretty close to the boundary. Goes across the road for 4. Lovely swing on that one, Freeman. Pull shot, backward of square, into the boundary for 4. Flatter, faster, offline, 2 short. Put away. So, Richards once more. Will bowl once more to Freeman. Here she goes. Moves in now to bowl to Freeman. She's hitting this one in the air. Dropping short of the mid-off player. But now getting a lot more brave. And deciding to go aerial on that occasion. Freeman gets a single. So Richards will bowl now to Melissa Clark. Here's Richards bowls to Clark. Clark is tugging this one into the onside. Certainly didn't latch onto it. She was striding, but should have been going to the offside or down the ground. Tucked it into the onside. Can't score, and that ends the over. 70 for no loss. Clark on 34. Freeman on 13. New bowler. Beaten. Appeals taken by the keeper. And we'll have to get the name of the bowler, but a new bowler and spin as well. So we'll have a close look at this bowler. There was a bowler who got 4 wickets for 3 runs. Right away we see a first slip put in place after that tentative start. That's close again. She's shouting her appeal. And again, Annie doesn't have a clue. The bowler creating some problems for her right away We see probably the most. This time she's hitting it in the air, dropping just short of the mid-off fielder. And certainly she looks a little bit at sea here, Annie Freeman. Well, we'll have to get the name of the bowler. I'm trying to figure out if she's bowling right arm wrist spinners or is she bowling. Let's see if that arm is. Well, she's like mixing them up, turns it nicely into the onside, Melissa Clark. And they're off for the single. One more to the total. Flatter delivery on that occasion. So Moses back into that slip position, realizing that Freeman looks just a little tentative against the new bowler. And so far she looks as if she might just be the bowler to make a difference. She's the one asking the most questions, and she has just started that over. This time she comes solidly, bend of the knee and all, pushes it into the offside, can't score. So Freeman, I think she knows her role, but sometimes she decides, I think I'm going to play a couple of big shots as well. And here goes, ball flatter. This time turns it into the onside. Open spaces, gets a single, very easily acquired. And there's a water break, and certainly Nevis has started very well. So the bowler who bowled the previous over is Jessica Hall. And she looks an interesting prospect, I could tell you. Certainly was asking a lot of questions of the left-handed Annie Freeman. Sheena Freeman is her real name, better known as Annie. Turns it into the onside. Thinks of that. Oh, where she's going. But she got back safely. So it's Jen Richards moves in now to bowl, loops it solidly forward, just kills it dead on the pitch. 73 for no loss. Again, she's beaten outside the off stump. And the bails were whipped off by the keeper. So again, Annie looking a little tentative against Richards. It was a nice grip on the ball, nice little action too. Minimum, this time she's minimum energy really in that run up and delivery stride. Short run up, not exerting a lot of energy. But I'm pretty much bowling wicket to wicket. Here she goes. Moves in now to bowl. Beaten again outside the off stump. Again she's appealing. Again it's well taken by the wicket keeper. Again there's no edge. So the coach asking for the energy level to be raised. They're trying to chirp now. The young ladies from Antigua and Barbuda bowl. She's sweeping at that, struck on the pad. Clark is dashing through and makes it. It's going to be a leg by. So it's going to be Jessica Hall as the sun fights its way back out. The drizzle has stopped for the moment. Here's Hall, bowls. Here she goes, touchily plays it into the onside. Melissa Clark charges through. Single is on. So here goes Hall, bowl. She's driving back up the strip to the bowler. Hitting it into the turf. Looked a little tentative on that occasion as it was looped up by Hall. Here's Hall once more. Bowls. This time she's wafting outside the off stump. Beaten. Poor shot. Here goes once more. Bowl. She's swinging into that. It was not hit powerfully. She really like as if she withheld the shot. It wasn't the best of shots either. If you're going, you should go hard. And she got a single nonetheless. Got away with it. Also. Yeah, she is pushing it officially back up the strip to the bowler. Stopped by Hall. That ends the over. So that brings Clark back into strike to Richards. A little bit of an adjustment to the field. Mid-wicket has come in a little closer, trying to prevent the single as advised by the coach. Going down the leg side, half appeal. She realized that he was missing the leg stump. She withheld the appeal. So Richards has been bowling pretty good line and length. Not really getting a lot of turn, but here she goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. And that time she's hitting it down towards mid-on. Shadowed nicely there by mid-wicket. Wallace. So Clark settles once more. Sun comes out. She's swinging into that. That's going towards mid-wicket, but there's a fielder deep. She's coming across. There's no bubble. They're going back for the second. And a strong return. 2 more to the total. And no ball as well. She apparently overstepped for the second time, so it's going to be free hit time. And if she swung so hard when it wasn't a free hit, you could imagine what's going to happen now. Richards looks a little despondent there. Second time she has overstepped. And we'll have to watch that. Bowlers off spinners. Spinners generally shouldn't be bowling no balls. She looks a little flustered as she's going to bowl that free hit delivery. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl to Clark. Where will this land? Oh, she has a swing at it. Doesn't time it. She bowled it pretty wide of the off stump. And she was reaching for it and didn't latch on to it at all. So a dot ball. So it's going to be Richards once more to bowl to Clark. Clark settles. Nice, relaxed kind of stance. Moves in now to bowl. She's tugging that one into the onside. Mid-wicket is looking as if she's in charge. She is in charge. And she picks it up easily. Only a single. So it's going to be Richards, and she'll be bowling now to Annie. Stodgily, quietly forward, pushes it into the offside, can't score. So it's going to be Richards once more. Moving in now to bowl to Annie. Bowls. Oh, this might be out. The fielder is getting on the drops it. Second catch that has been dropped. A very poor catch, a very poor shot that. She just swung lazily at that. And the fielder came across, got both hands straight and floored it. That was not a good shot. Melissa Clark is going to have a word with her. And that ends the over. So, catches win matches. Antigua Barbuda would know that. She's driving firmly down towards mid-off. Melissa Clark says not this time. But she was driving confidently on that occasion. So, Hall once more moves in out, loops it. This time she just pushes it firmly into the offside, can't score. Here goes once more, board flatter, swing and a miss, and that would be a wide. So it's going to be Hall once more. Moving in now to bowl, loops it up. She's driving and missing outside the off stump. This time she's hitting that one firmly past the bowler. That ends the over. And Melissa Clark has decided to change helmet for hat. Umpires just checking how many overs Richards would have bowled. Answer comes back 5. So she has bowled 5 overs so far. So Melissa Clark has changed her helmet for a cap. It's pretty hot out there now, I can tell you. It's pretty hot everywhere now. See it goes. Richards moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is hitting it down the ground. That's gone for 4. That's a lovely shot. That's a lovely shot. Just hitting it straight down the ground for 4. So it's going to be Richards once more. Moves in now to bowl. Clark goes high again. The fielder is coming across, but it's just out of her reach. Gone for 4 more. She tried hard, but it was pretty close to her, and she was reaching with that left hand and just couldn't pull it in. So Melissa Clark has decided to up the tempo here. 2 consecutive boundaries, and now fielder is coming pretty straight at long off. Can't go behind the stumps though. So she's right back on the boundary now. So long off and long on out. Easy singles for the picking. Let's see how she handles this. She's turning down the leg side. A little bit of a shout there by Richards. Here goes once more Richards. Moving in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is driving powerfully down towards long off. Will she stop it? She does in the approved manner. Easy single. Hitting that one on the along the ground. So it's going to be Richards once more. Moves in now to bowl. Takes it on the full. That's a flick of the wrist into the onside. Can't score. So it's kind of frustrating for bowlers when one batter is hitting, the other is really just frustrating them there. Well, she's actually trying to hit as well. Is Freeman going after that one, misses the shot, ends the over. Hall is bowling a rank long hop and pulled away savagely by Melissa Clark. And that's the 50. Mel raised. So Melissa Clark has gotten to her 50. She has gotten to her 50. Very well played. She got a chance, but chances are in the game. Her second consecutive half century here. And it seems as if since she has put on that cap, she has hit a lot more boundaries. She has hit 3 boundaries since she has put on that cap. That must be the boundary cap. So there's a long on deep in place and mid off. And here goes bowl. She's driving out of the way, gets Freeman. Goes down to long on. And she stops it, gets one more. So Antigua being frustrated here. As here goes Hall, bowl. She's hitting it upishly but away from the fielder, down towards long on, and they'll get a single. So Freeman also playing a couple of brave shots as well. And one more to her total. She's moving up nicely as well. She should be pretty close to 20 with Clark already into her 50s. Settles over bat now, Hall, bowl. She's swinging into that one, but there's a fielder in place now, and she'll field it easily. So one more to the total. Here goes Hall, moves in now to bowl. Struck on the pad, but outside the leg stump. The appeal withheld. So it's beaten once more is Freeman. So here goes Hall. Moves in once more to bowl, flatten, turned into the onside, off and running. Square leg races in, and Clark is away and home quickly. And that ends the over. Well, there's a change of bowling, number 74 into the attack. She's pushing it into the onside, waiting for it to bounce a second time, I think, and she just turned it into the onside. New bowler, we'll have to get that name. Bowls, loops it up, struck on the pad, they're off and running for the leg by. Rushes through there, Melissa Clark. Maybe holding that bat high in the air for too long. Should have started shooting in that bat a long time ago. So it's a bellot into the attack. Seems as if she's gonna loop a couple. There's long on deep, mid on, long on deep, long off deep. She's punching it past the bowler, goes down towards long off, and we'll get an easy single. Long off deep, long on, mid wicket deep, square leg deep. So a lot of deep feelers for Melissa Clark now. So it's going to be Bellot once more to bowl, this time to Freeman. She's hitting it uppishly. What is Melissa Clark doing there? She was raising her hand in the air almost as if she was going to catch it. So Bellot with a unique kind of action of a short run and looping them quite a bit. There's hitting it hard into the onside. Midwicket has a bit of a run. Can she pull it in? Will they try for two? No, trudging through for the single on that occasion. Must be getting a little tired. Asking for water as well. That ends the over. There's Bellot and turned into the onside by Freeman and can score. The score is 99 for no loss, and we are in over number 23. So here goes Bellot, bowl flat and tucked away. The fielder has a run. They should get at least 3 here. He's running pretty close to the boundary too, and throws it across the rope. And that certainly brings some joy to the Nevis supporters. She tried a little fancy effort there to save it, and the captain, giving her a little bit of consolation, said, well, I saw the effort, I saw you tried. And she actually ended up kicking it across the ropes. So 4 more to Freeman. It would be interesting to know what her score is. And so Nevis has gone past the 100 mark. It's 103 for the loss of none. Of course, Dominic Maynard is back in the pavilion, retired. This time she's pushing it hard back up the strip to the bowler. So Freeman has done her job. And I think she knows her role and she has played it to perfection, really. Got a chance as well. This time she just comes down hard and it pushes it into the offside, can't score. So Nevis playing pretty sensible cricket here today. Here goes Bellot bowls. This time again she comes touchily, quietly forward, plays it up on the offside, can't score. So it's going to be Bellot from the batter till end. Moves in now to bowl. She is hitting that one down towards long on. Well, why did they turn back? I thought that the single would have been pretty safe, but for whatever reason they hesitated and then changed their mind. That ends the over. She goes up now to 59. So the coach says very disappointed about the speed at which the bowler is bowling, asking her to push it through. So here she goes once more, moves in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is hitting it in the air. Has she given it away? Yeah, dropping well clear of any of the fielders and will get a single. She certainly was looking for the big shot and didn't latch on to it well. The coach not very happy with the way Naomi's bowling, asking her to push it through, say you're bowling worse than school cricket. So needs her to push it through. So here goes. He's not very happy, the coach. Bowls. Pushes it into the offside. Thinking of the single. Melissa Clark says no. So here goes once more. Bowls. She's swinging at that. Rushing through is Melissa Clark. Here's a possible chance. And I think her bat was in the air when that ball passed the stumps. Direct hit would have been very interesting. And And so those are some of the basics that they need to look at. Getting the bat down and shooting it in. So here she goes once more. Moves in now to board. That's flatter. She's sitting it inside out. Over extra cover. It's going to run pretty close to the boundary. It's going to run into the boundary. It's gone for another 4. She just laced that. Inside out. Over extra cover. Another 4 for Clark. So the Antiguans a little flustered right now. As here goes once more ball. That's in the air. And almost gave it away again. She almost looks as if she was trying a scoop. And just almost gave it away there. Went over the keeper's head, landed safely. That ends the over. That one was hit hard. Dropping just in front of the bowler who put a hand and stopped it. Here she goes once more. Bowls. Swing and a miss. So Jessica Hall it is. Prepares to bowl once more from the Barterton end. Here she goes, bowls. And she's almost bringing that back onto her stump. It was well wide of the off stump and she went across there and tugged it back towards the stump. Wicketkeeper picked it up. Looks as if Captain Moses is warming up again. Bowl. This time on stumps. Pretty useful delivery. Stodgily played in defense by Freeman. And a little frustrating for the Antigans. They have dropped the both batters. And as the coach has indicated, your drop catches are going to pay. And they are certainly paying. A little frustrating for them right now. Bowls. That time she's just pushing it on the onside. Hall comes across, picks it up. Another flat delivery. Off the edge, goes past the vacant second slip position. She has a chase. She's going to pull it in, I believe. And let's see, they go back for the second. So 2 more to the total. Yeah. So Clark on 64. Moses back into the attack. Goes to Clark. Clark is punching that one away. That's going backward of point. The fielder is chasing after it, putting the dive. No, can't stop it for. That's a lovely shot, short and wide, and she smashed it through backward of point for 4. And was that a no ball? No ball, field setting. Apparently there's an issue because Carl Tuckett says too many fielders outside of the circle. So Moses, very disappointed there. So it's a free hit. So compounding the issue, 4 and now a free hit. She has missed 2 free hits so far. Let's see if she can get a boundary off another free hit here, delivery. So it's Moses, charges in now to bowl. She's going to swing. She swings. Where's it gone? The fielder is coming in. Chops well short of her, and they get a single. So it's going to be Moses. Races in now to bowl to Freeman. She's on 26. Swing and a miss. Goes past the keeper. But she goes chasing after it. It's another wide. Moses bowls now to Freeman. Pushes it uppishly into the offside. Not a good shot, but safely played nonetheless. So Melissa Clark on 69. Freeman on 26. So Keith Atherton giving some advice to the players from a distance by the bar. Moses bowls. She's slapping that one over the head of the bowler. She had to get out of the way, Moses. And gets a single. She goes up to 27. So Moses, number 76 on her back, races in once more to bowl to Clark. Clark turns it into the onside. Gently. They should be looking 2 here. She's racing back for the second. Playing with soft hands. Very well played on that occasion. Just turning it with soft hands and off and running. Captain Moses looks a little flustered here. She looks tired. She looks frustrated. Things not going her way. Remember, they blew away St. Kitts for just 39 runs. And they've realized that is a totally different scenario here today at the ETW. Well, they have dropped 2 catches too. So they could have had both batters back in the pavilion, but it just didn't work. So Clark, with some adjustments to the field, will take strike once more from Moses. Here's Moses, races in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is on the back foot, just pushes it quietly into the offside, and they can't score. So Clark settles once more. As here's Moses, races in now to bowl to Clark. Clark is withholding the shot, and that should get at least two here. Poor work by Hall, because she started after it and then maybe assumed that somebody was behind her. Going back for the third. She's home. Well run, 3 runs there. Well run. Seriously good running on that occasion. Charging back for the third. Challenging the arm, because the fielder Hall had already taken the ball in her hand, and they raced back for the third. So very good running, and I must be a little tired now. Both batters showing signs of wear and tear, showing signs of tiredness. And this game of cricket calls for a certain level of fitness. Even in Masters cricket, have to have a level of fitness. Of course, we know the eternal joke about Masters cricket, that every time you have a Masters tournament and you pass by any of the dressing rooms, is the smell of Bengue. You won't have that around ladies cricket. They're too young for that. Here goes, bowls. She's turning it into the outside. The mid wicket is deep. You're going to get an easy single. So one more to the total. So, quietly forward. And by the way, so here goes once more. Hall bowls. Oh, this time, oh, that's not a good effort there. That's another poor shot by Freeman, almost as if it was catching practice. But I think she mistimed the jump, the fielder, and that should have been taken. It goes overhead. She didn't even touch it. They get a single. So they've had some teasing close calls. That was one. Especially with Freeman. She's pushing hard at the ball and not angling the bat down. She's keeping the bat straight, and so the ball is going aerial. Beaten outside the off stump. My goodness, that shaved the off stump. Casual looking shot there by yeah. Here goes once more. Clark settles, all balls. Oh, again, getting the inside edge. She seems to be a little tired here. Needs to refocus. Settles once more. Balls. Punches it into the offside. The fielder comes across. Poor bit of work. They should get at least one. And a good recovery effort there by the other fielder, and they get one. So here goes once more. It's going to be Hector moving in now to bowl to Clark. She's pushing it easily into the offside and hustling across his Hall. Stops it nicely. So it's going to be Hector once more. Moves in now to bowl to Clark. Here goes, bowls to Clark. Clark is punching it. Does he beat the fielder? No. Good bit of fielding on that occasion. Getting right behind it, pulling it in with both hands. So it's going to be Hector. Sorry, not Hector, but Hall. I'll get back to that as Hall not Hall, but Moses casually forward, popping off the bat. Not the best of shots. So Hector, Shawnisa Hector, who would have played for the West Indies team, you would have expected to see her here. Medium pace bowler and batter. And apparently she just didn't show any interest to be in this team. Just didn't show up for practice, I understand. Last couple of weeks. So she's not in this team. Here goes now. Moves in now to bowl. Left alone outside the off stump, knowing where off stump is. Signaled wide by the umpire. So it's going to be the captain Moses moving in now to bowl. Here she goes, bowls, turns it nicely into the onside, hesitation, and Freeman was rushing through, Melissa Freeman hesitated. The call really is Freeman's call because she would have played it behind her, and so in the end she responded, and they got a single. In I don't. So here's Moses, the captain, moves in now to bowl, stands up straight and just pushes it into the offside. So it's going to be Moses once more. Right now she'll be hoping for a rod really to part this Red Sea. Here goes Moses. Moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Freeman is swinging. White signal by the umpire. Nice little overcast once more. Refreshing breeze. Moses bowls. That's as wide as they come. She really lost it. I think she was trying a slow ball. And I think that she thought about it very late, like on the point of delivery. And it just went wrong. Everything went wrong. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Quietly forward. Well, a little bit of a quick meeting here as the players refresh themselves. Frustrating time for Antigua and Barbuda. So here goes once more. Hall moves in now. Swung away. There's a fielder deep though. And she does well. She does very well indeed. And they settle for one. Here he goes once more. Moves in now to bow short, and she's hitting it back up the strip to the bowler. And off the bowler into the stump. It's so Hall now bowls, and she's pushing it back up the strip to the bowler. And Freeman really playing her role, taking this number 3 spot seriously. And her batting can only get better the longer she bats. That's close. And the umpire is unimpressed. And that ends another over by Hall. It's Moses, the captain, bowls. She's standing up straight. And off for the single, going down to long on. A little belated movement. Here goes now, bowls. Pushes it quietly into the offside, can't score. So it's going to be Moses. Races in now to bowl to Freeman, who is pushing this one into the offside. Short third comes across and stops it effectively. So Moses once more. So moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Here she goes, bowls to Freeman. Punches it, oh, knocks her over. But she stopped it effectively nonetheless. Here she goes once more. Moses moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Gets one that pops on her, but she handles it well. And so here goes. Moses moves in now to bowl to Freeman. There goes, bowls to Freeman. Beaten outside the off stump, playing tentatively at that. Well taken by the keeper. That ends the over. Well, after another water break, the Antigua team trying to regroup here. So Melissa Clark on 79. Freeman is on 26. It's 143 for no loss. And Antigua, after that comprehensive win over St. Kitts when they bowled them out for 39, look a little shell-shocked here. Moses trying to energize her players, trying to regroup, trying to see if she could rekindle the flame. Remember that both batters have been dropped, would have had chances. Well, it's going to be Hall, bowls to Clap, goes up to 80, just turns that one into the onside, and off and running for a single. One more to the total. Moses back into that first position. As here's Hall bowls. She's driving nicely. The fielder gets right behind it, putting her body on the line on that occasion. Allows it to strike her, stops it effectively. Hall moves in once more to bowl to Freeman. Struck, that's close. And again, apparently when she pushes back, she's pushing away from her leg stump. And more than likely, Melissa Clark would be telling her, you need to be on that front foot. You need to push out. It's Hall once more. Bowls to Freeman. Freeman this time on the front foot. Drives, hits Hall on the foot. And can't score. So Freeman will settle. Moves in once more. Hall, bowl flatter. She's swinging at that. Comes off the pad. Hector comes across and is a little bit late with that return. And Melissa Clark is through very early. So here goes Hall, bowl. And that one was right outside the leg stump. I thought he would have had a hard swing at that. She just turned at it, missed it, threw to the keeper. White signal by umpire. Carl took it. So here's Hall, bowls to Clark. Clark is struck on the pad and sent. Clark is struck on the pad. A casual looking shot there. She wasn't stretching out. And Hall has been struck has struck the wicket. And Melissa Clark got just one better than her last innings. She comes back for 80 to loud cheers, but would be very disappointed in not getting to that century, coveted century mark. Yeah, she would be very disappointed. You can see it in her body action. A little casual in that shot. So Antigua and Barbuda has struck a vital blow. Wicket number 1 goes Melissa Clark, LBW to Hall. Straight into the crease now is Sanelda Willet. As Antigua would be very happy with that wicket. Sanelda Willet, the captain. And guess who is at the bar? We're trying to get a close-up on who is at the bar. And I think that gentleman is very easily recognizable. Along with Keith Atherton, there's Elkamida Willet, the father of Sanelda Willet. Here he goes. So here goes. Moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Freeman is standing up straight, pushes it into the offside, can't score. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl to Freeman. Stands up straight, plays it back up the strip to the bowler, can't score. So it's going to be Hector. The Antigua Barbuda team a little bit more rejuvenated after that wicket, crucial wicket of Melissa Clark. Stands up straight again, tucks it into the onside, can't score. So Freeman settles. She's swinging into that, and it's in the air. They're going to get at least 2 here, running pretty close to the boundary. And they go back for the second. That time going aerial. Just heard Jabal at the far end telling her to hit the ball, and she did swing at that. And went aerial, got 2. So Moses once more moves in, nice bustling run up. Moves in now to bowl to. She's swinging into that again in the air once more. Goes towards mid-off, who stops it in the end, and they get another single. So it seems as if she is planning to up the ante. So Sanelda Willet couldn't have asked for a better time. Foundation laid. Just needs to put the icing on the cake now. As Moses moves in now to bowl to Willet. Willet is quietly forward. Looks like a slow ball. She waited on it and just came down easily, pushed it into the onside. Hall bowls to Freeman, drives nicely back up the strip to the bowler. And you got the impression from the last over as if Annie Freeman is planning to be a little bit more bold in her stroke play. But standing up straight once more, back up the strip to Hall, who is in her final over. She has bowled 9 so far. She has gotten the sole wicket. Moves in now to bowl. She is having a switch at that. She definitely and was swinging across the line, not trying to go through the offside. She was trying to swing it into the onside. Missed the shot completely. And you could hear Daddy Shakes saying, true extra cover. He's a left-hander, you know, Daddy Shakes. Tugs it into the onside. The fielder is racing in. That's good work. Attacking the ball. Picking up on the run. Stops the single. Good movements there by the fielder. Yes, it's going to be Hall. Boys. This is a swing. The fielder comes across, dives, and fails to pull it in. She goes chasing after it. It's not going to go all the way. They're going to try for the third. Well, Freeman wasn't moving at all. Willet was already halfway down the pitch, and Freeman was holding her crease. So here's Hall, moving in now to bowl. Gets a full toss and doesn't put it away. Doesn't put it away. Full toss, really should have put that out the park. New bowler into the attack. We'll be bowling now to ET Willet, the captain of the Nevis team. Number 85 on our back. We'll get a name soon. So, number 85. And I think the bowler's name is Kimberly. So it will be Kimberly to bowl to Willet. Let's see. Looks as if it would be medium paces. Short run though. Bustling run up. Bowls. That's a good delivery. That's a good delivery. And pretty accurate on that occasion. Good start. Here goes now. Kimberly bowls. Willet is driving. Finds the extra cover in the way. Can't score. Willet looking very relaxed at the bar there. Elkimita Willet just watching his daughter bat. She's driving, gets the outer edge of the bat, looking for the single. And not interested is Annie. And seems as if the bat has been broken. And a piece actually came off. So getting the toeing of the bat, and the bat got a piece out of it. Carl Tuckett trying to get the fielders to know that they're a little bit behind the 8 ball in terms of the over rate. And I guess if they don't get in the 50 overs, it will not work good for them, the Antigua Barbuda team. But Kimberly moves in out to bowl. Billet is beaten. She's started well, Kimberly. She has broken a bat already, and she's bowling at a pretty stiff medium pace and bowling a pretty accurate line and length as well. Short run up, bustling run up, but looking as if she's asking a couple of questions here. Willet is driving, this time off and running, gets off the mark. Jessica Hall throws it to the keeper's end, and they get the single. She's off the mark, is Willet. Here she goes, Kimberly. Moves in now to bowl to Annie. And that's a wide delivery. Losing the script for the left-hander. And that's one of the things that the left-hand, right-hand combination does to bowlers. You have to regroup and refocus and realize where your off-stump is now, depending on which batsman, which batter is batting. Some bowlers can't get it right. Kimberly moves in now to bowl. That's close. Gone. Kimberly has been bowling a pretty stiff medium pace, and this time struck on the back leg, and she's on her way. Her long vigil is over, and so Annie would have done pretty well, and she comes back, and wicket number 2 goes. I wonder if Davinique Maynard is going to be able to bat again. We'll have to wait and see. But Freeman comes back. She would have played a pretty good hand. Supportive role to Melissa Clark. Now both of them are gone. LBW. The new batsman is Latoya Busso, who would have played very good cricket with tape ball. Now she's trying out with the hard ball, and we'll have to wait and see how she handles the hard ball. But she was so excited getting out to bat that she went out without her gloves, her batting gloves, had to turn back for her batting gloves after being told she didn't have them. And so her teammates had a bit of a laugh, but she goes out now to join Sanel Willet, the captain. Still no sign of Davinic Maynard in terms of coming back to bat. The Nevis team would have to be careful though. They'll need to know that they'll have to make a pretty good total because it looks like a good batting track. And Antigua would be thinking that if they can do that, we can do it better. So it's going to be Richards back into the attack. The off spinner moves in now to bowl. Willet watches it through outside the off stump. So Sanel Willet has been at this game from a very young age. She would have been she's punching that one nicely into the outside. And is she gone? She's gone. Willet was just strolling home. Direct hit. Carl took it to center on away. Willet was just strolling home. And that's an unfortunate way to get out. And she can't blame anyone. Direct hit. And so the Antigua team pulling back into this game. There was Willet calling for the single. Latoya Busso was through safely. And I think that Willet didn't expect them to throw it to her end. And run out. Direct hit. Latoya Busso has been comprehensively bowled for a duck. Going back onto a back foot instead of going on the front foot and clean bowled for a duck. Nevis certainly waltzed in here at the ETW. Well, from my reckoning, it's 153 for 4 now. Good news is that Maynard Dav has gone back to bat. Remember, she has a busted finger, and so she would maybe be in some pain, but she's a strong lass, determined, takes guard. I don't know what the rule is pertaining to the number that she could go back to bat. Maybe she had to wait until a certain number of wickets would have fallen. Here goes now, it's Richards. Turns it into the onside. She's on a line and length here and very excited as it was pushed into the onside. Now, what they wouldn't know is that Maynard really can belt it around the park. And she's a very busy player. Field is in because they think they're right on top right now. But Maynard settles. She definitely was looking for the big heave on that occasion and then belatedly decided to push tentatively at it. So she was beaten there by Richards. Carl Tuckett would have had a close look at that. So Richards moves in now to bowl to Davanique. That's the shot. Over mid-wicket for 4. She launched it. That's what they don't know about her. That she isn't a pat a cake type of player. She just swung it over mid-wicket lustily for 4. It's going to be Roselle Leeward who will be taking strike from Kimberly. Was bowled pretty well so far. She's driving into that bottom of the bat. You could hear that cracking sound. She has already broken 1 bat, so she's striving for more Yorker length deliveries there. And 1 bat has already been broken. And here goes once more. This time to bowl to Leeward. Leeward watches it for outside the off stump. White signal by the umpire. Here goes Kimberly once more. Moves in now to bowl to Leeward. Flash and a miss. Backing away actually. Ball bounced over the bat, well taken again by the keeper, who was really kept close even to the medium pacers. And she certainly looks a good keeper indeed. Here goes once more. Kimberly. Bustling run up, moves in now to balls. And oh my goodness, the off stump goes back. A swing and a miss. And she has picked out the off stump of Roselle Leeward. Nevis capitulating here at the ETW after a fantastic partnership. Kimberly has certainly made a difference too. As Roselle Leeward had a heave, head in the air. Okay, Martha. So, suddenly Nevis seemed to be in a spot of bath after pretty good partnership here. Martha Dukan solidly forward. Again, asking questions. Is Kimberly dead on stumps? But good defensive shot on that occasion by Martha, who picked up 4 wickets in the last encounter against St. Kitts, and Nevis would be hoping that she could repeat that with her off spinners today. But right now she's been called on duty with the bat. A little flash and a miss. Through to the keeper. Again, she takes it well. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. That's a naughty looking shot by Martha. Just pushing tentatively at it through to the keeper. Good bowling by Kimberly. Well, the Antigua coaches have decided, well, we have seen what Dav can do. And so now they've put a deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. So let's see how Dav deals with that. Here goes, bowls. Stands up straight, pushes it back up the strip on the offside. Maynard. Very busy type player. Likes to feel bat on ball. Here goes once more. Bowls. She's swinging. Can she stop it? Oh, tumbles over. They should be going back for the second, and they will. Martha is struggling somewhat, but she gets there. So 2 more runs to the total. So at least the deep field work on that occasion, because she really made a big effort to stop it and prevented 2. So Dominique showing that she's going to swing with the turn. Here goes once more, bowls. She's punching it into the offside. Well stopped. That's good fielding. Very good fielding. Actually pulled it in with both hands, and that ball was traveling. As she punched it into the offside, showing that she can play offside shots as well. Here goes once more. Moves in out to bowl to Maynard. She's swinging into that. The fielder has a chase. Can she pull it in? She does. So she'll have a lot of work to do, because she's aiming in that general area is Maynard. So that brings Martha Dukan into strike. Yeah, she goes. Bowls to Martha. Martha is reaching out nicely. Nice little stride into that, and just pushes it into the offside. So settles once more. Martha moves in now to bowl. Again, she's reaching out nicely, pushes it into the offside, can't score, and that effectively ends the over. 37 overs completed. We'll get back to that. We're into over number 38 with Kimberly bowling to Martha. Beaten. That one came off the edge, squared up badly, and it's going to run into the boundary, and it looks like runs, 4 runs, but it's squared up. She was aiming to go onside, and that one swung away and took the outer edge and went through, slips down to the 3rd man boundary for 4. Kimberly certainly creating some problems, pushed into the outside. Fielder goes down. They're thinking of the single. And Martha is not interested. Here is Kimberly, bowls. Oh, missed a full toss, and it was superbly stopped by the keeper, because she would have been blinded by that shot and still came up with it in both gloves. White signal by the umpire. So Kimberly has generally bowled well, but even she would have bowled a couple of whites. Moves in now to bowl. She's smashing that one. That's a lovely shot by Maynard. Through the offside for 4. Punched it through the offside, finding the gap. That's a lovely shot by Maynard. So how do they deal with that? They've sent back the fielder to the closer to the extra cover boundary. Here goes Kimberly to bowl now to Maynard. Bowls. Maynard is driving back up the strip to the bowler. The bowler gets in the way, stops it. Kimberly once more. Moves in now to bowl to Maynard. Maynard is hitting that one so hard. Fortunately, the bowler wasn't in the way because, my goodness, I would have taken a foot with it. And it's crashed into the stumps. My goodness, that was hit hard. So it's going to be Kimberly once more to bowl to Maynard. Bowls. See, he's hitting this one in the air. Fielder is coming in. Takes the catch. She's gone. So Kimberly has struck again, picking up her third wicket. Maynard didn't latch on to that at all. And it went high in the air. And the fielder ran in and locked both hands around it. And so Maynard comes back. Kimberly has certainly made a difference. And she has bowled pretty well so far. I think the new batter is Chandio. She batted pretty bold, playing down the wrong line, and Richards celebrates. Playing down the wrong line. She batted very well at VOJN, but today is not her day. Comprehensively beaten and bowled. And a little bit of a jig back into the Antigua camp here. They've certainly come back big time into this game. New batter is Wallace, and Richards creating some problems for her as well very early in this innings. So here is Richards. Moves in now to bowl to Wallace. Full toss. Wallace is cracking it through the onside. It's going to go for 4. It's going to go for 4. Full toss, and Wallace cracked it through the onside. And it's gone for 4. Good way to get off the mark there. So it's gonna be Richards moving now to bowl. My goodness, the legs don't move, and this is coming towards us. The fielder has a long chase. She won't stop that, will she? Oh, good try there by Moses, and well, they got some bites, but the leg stump actually moved out of that way of the ball. This time that's gone. That's pretty close. Right foot tugging into the ball. Richards can't believe it. Carl Tuckett is unmoved. Must have been mighty close. So that right foot needs to stay behind, not in front. Let's see what she does here. Richards asking questions. This time she gets back onto it, does Wallace. Pushes it into the onside. That ends up very successful and very useful over there by Richards. Well, Kimberly has bowled very well so far off the edge. Oh, poor bit of work there by the fielder. Let's see if they can get 2. It's going to run pretty close to the boundary too. It's gone. Into the boundary for 4. You're going to hear the loud cheers behind us. Poor work by the fielder there. So, Kimberly it is, who will bowl now to Martha Dukan. Here he goes, moves in now to bowl. She is solidly forward, pushing it into the offside, can't score. So, Martha Dukan would later be called upon to do some off-spinning duties. Wallace will be called upon to wicket keep. Here's Kimberly. Bowles pushes it into the offside. The fielder comes across and stops it. Effectively, if not elegantly. So here's Kimberly. She has picked up 3 wickets so far. Moves in now to bowl. Drive and a miss by Martha. Here goes once more. Kimberly bowls. Gets it on the full. Doesn't put it away. And can't score. Here goes Kimberly. Moves in now to bowl. Pushes it into the offside again. Can't score. And that ends another useful over by Kimberly. Richards was bowled pretty well so far. This time there's Wallace driving hard back up the strip to the bowler. I think this is a final over Richards as he moves in now to bowl to Martha. Flat and fast and sent on her way. On the back foot is Martha. Right in front of the stumps. Carl Tuckett sends on her way. Richards picks up another wicket. And certainly she knows once she bowls wicket to wicket, the batters would be in trouble. Wallace it is. LBW as she comes back. Nevis loses wicket number 8. And we'll get the updated scores in a bit. Well, after a very exciting opening partnership, I think they had like 143 for no loss. Nevis now 176 for 8. And certainly a rapid decline in the main bowlers would have been Richards, who is bowling now, looking for yet another. Driven nicely by the left-hander. Can't score. She looped that one up. So Martha Dukan is still out there. Off the edge, goes down to Moses, who does well. Ball was going away from her, and she negotiated it very well indeed. And can't score. We'll get the name of the batter soon. Here's Richards, bowls. Beaten outside the off stump. That one spinning away, looped up and spinning away. She had a drive. She essayed a drive at that. And beaten through to the keeper. So Nevis struggling in the latter part of this innings after doing very well at the top. Here goes. Moves in now to bowl. Loops it up again. This time that has to be bowled. She's bowled. As Richards celebrates again, picking up yet another wicket. And whenever she's on stumps, looks as if anytime she could get a wicket. So I think just one more batter to come. 9 gone, 1 more to go. It's going to be Kimberly. Moving it now to bowl to Martha. Martha is backing away and just pushing it back up the strip to the bowler. Here goes Kimberly. Moving in now to bowl to Martha. Martha is flashing and missing outside the off stump. 180 for 9. We'll tell you how many overs in a wee bit. As here she goes. Kimberly bowls quietly forward. A lovely shot that time by Martha Dukan. Gets 2. Again driving to the offside. That's another lovely shot by Martha. And they should get another 2 here. Going back now for the second. 2 more to the total. 2 lovely drives. Well, Kalisa Pluck is going to take strike. And we have to check to see how many overs. So there's no third man in place, just first slip Moses. And she'll have to cover a lot of grounds here. But it's Kalisa Pluck, last batter in. Taking strikes. She has a swing at that, beaten outside the off stump. Kalisa Pluck would have made it into the Leeward Islands on the 19 team. And so she's also a medium pace bowler. Here goes, bowls to Pluck. Pluck is swinging at that. I think it took the glove because I heard a thud. Didn't sound like bat. Went into the onside, can't score. I think it is Martin, the fast bowler who started, who is bowling once more from the bat to end. Moves in out to bowl. This time Pluck gets bat onto it, goes towards Squillick. Squillick comes across. And they're through for the single. Martha Dukan was batted pretty well so far. Rushing through to complete the single. Looks as if Richards kind of injured herself in trying to stop that one. So any kind of runs they get now is like a bonus with 9 wickets down. So here goes Richards' boss. Well, Tanya bowled the middle stump move, I thought. Here's Jessica going across and can't stop it down to 4. And I think it's leg bias. The stumps moved. All 3 of them moved because that ball should have hit the stumps. And all 3 stumps moved. And it went away for 4 leg byes. So it's going to be Martin once more from the far end. Tonya Martin to bowl this time to Dukan, Martha Dukan. So all these runs might be crucial in the long run. Moves in now to bowl. This time she's solidly in line. Plays that well. Yorker length delivery and she was stretching towards it. Plays it back up the strip to the bowler. So I think Richards is finished. Moses is finished. And maybe Kimberly as well. We're not sure. But here goes. I think Miss Hall, Jessica is finished. Here goes Bowles, and this time struck on the pad, but she's well outside the leg stump. Well stopped there by the captain, Moses. That ends the over. Not good news for Nevis because Kimberly is not finished. She's moving in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is getting back onto that, into the onside. Fielder comes across, and they're off and running. So a single, and Pluck swinging into that, gets a single. So Kimberly races in now to bowl to Martha, pushes it into the offside, flat-footed on that occasion, but got the bat in the way. Is Martha reaching towards that and pushes it down to mid-off, can't score. So 189 for 9, and we're in over number 44 according to my reckoning here. And Kimberly, I think, is just in her 6th over. So she has a lot more bowling to do. Driving it back up the strip to the bowler again. Martha being very stodgy and very determined here. So it's Kimberly moving in now to bowl to Martha Dukan. Martha is punching it into the offside. The fielder comes across, stops it easily. So here goes once more. Kimberly races in now to bowl to Martha. Martha is driving a bit eerily. The fielder comes across, throws herself down, and prevents the single because once she would have made that effort, the batters hesitated and didn't go through. So Tanya Martin it is, will bowl from the far end and will be bowling to Kalisa Pluck. Nevis trying to get up to at least 200. That would be a landmark. But it's all of like maybe 9 to 10 runs away. Can they do it with just 1 wicket to go? She isn't looking. Pluck is having a swing at that. That bat sounds as if he has a crack in it. Something doesn't sound right with that bat because she really had a flourishing swing and there was a loud crack and the ball didn't go anywhere. Well, she'll settle. She hasn't looked at the bat, so I guess she's okay. Here goes Bowes. Martin, she's swinging in there. Somebody, anybody, and nobody. And there might be a run out. Missed. It would have been a run out there. And missed the stumps, the direct hit. They would have done one already to get rid of Willet. But in the end, they got home safely for the single. And like I say, any runs now are bonus runs with just 1 wicket to go. Trying to at least get to the landmark of 200. And then the question would be, can Nevis defend it? Here goes. Martin moves in out to bowl. There's Martha driving at it, missing, through to the keeper. The umpire says not out, but that was not good running by Pluck because her bat was in the ear. And once she got home safely, it would have been her feet, well, her foot that would have saved her because her bat was in the air. No shooting in. And not good cricketing basics there. Well, I could hear groundsman Jabal from the far end asking the team to bat out the overs. Kimberly bowls. Here's Martha steering it down towards the third man. And they decided against trying to run for the single. So it's going to be Kimberly once more. Racing in now to bowl to Martha. Martha is punching it, but with no venom really. Richards picks it up easily. So here's Kimberly. Races in now to bowl to Martha. Martha gets a full toss and may have been looking at the umpire, wondering if it's no ball for height. Seems to have been taken off guard by that and looks at the bowler as if she's annoyed. Asking Kimberly, what are you trying to do? Hurt me or what? Well, here goes Kimberly once more. Moves in now to bowl to Martha. Martha flashes at that. Shot in anger. Misses. So today the Nevis team making one change. And Toya Bosso brought into the mix and got a 1-ball duck though. She used to be a pretty quick bowler, but I'm not sure about the action if she has gotten that straightened out for the hard ball. There's Martha beaten as she's trying to stretch towards that. That ends the over. Let's swing at that. They should be thinking maybe 2 here. Richards gets across quickly. It's only 1. 193 for 9. We're in over number 47. Off the edge, and that might go all the way. The ball is racing pretty quickly across to the ropes and gone for 4 off the edge of Martha Dukan. 197 for 9. Martha has certainly batted pretty well here. So it's going to be Tanya Martin moving in now to bowl to Martha. Martha is pushing it into the offside. Fielder comes across. That's Kimberly. Stops it easily. Can't score. Here goes once more. Tanya bowls. Martha is pushing it hard into the offside. Kimberly goes down and pulls it in with both hands. So Martha Dukan, she has certainly played a useful hand here. It will be depending on her with the off spin a little later. Right now it's with the bat as he moves in now to bowl. She's driving. That's a lovely looking shot. That's a lovely shot. Reach into it. They should be looking for 2 here. And they go back now for the second. That was a lovely looking shot. Reaching and driving nicely to the offside. Picking up 2. And that should be 200 on the tins by my reckoning. So if it's not 199, it's 200. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Martha is driving a full toss and takes it on the knee there, does Kimberly. Not the best thing to do, but maybe she has a little bit more flesh than most. And so she put her leg to it and stopped it effectively. By my reckoning, I think there should be 2 overs remaining. And so Kimberly I think it's bowling the penultimate over. Pluck settles. Yes, Kimberly bowls to Pluck. Pluck is swinging into that. The fielder comes across. Throw. That's gone for four. That's gone for four. She raced across. And Pluck latched onto that and swung it lustily through mid-on. The fielder just didn't get down in the appropriate manner and he went through her for four. So Pluck will settle once more. Kimberly hasn't been roughed up all day, but that was hit pretty well. Here goes, moves in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is swinging in the air. Somebody's coming across. Oh, chopping away from her. And could there run out? No, she's home. Kimberly in now to bowl to Mata. Mata is driving nicely into the offside. Fielder goes down and stops it. So here's Kimberly. Bowls now to Martha. Martha is swinging this time into the onside. Deliberately going across it on that occasion. Stopped at short mid wicket. Wicket keeper says one last push, ladies. It's almost over. I think there's one over after this. As Kimberly bowls. She's driving again. Martha has done pretty well on that front foot. Stopped in the offside. Can't score. So Nevis has gone over the 200 mark, which is a pretty significant total. Swings into that. It's going down the hill, but I don't think he has the legs to go all the way. They should get at least two, maybe even three. But they're kind of running a bit slowly there. But 2 runs. Martha again swinging to leg. Picking up 2 more crucial runs. And I think just 1 more over remaining by my reckoning. So this is the final over. I think Carl Tuckett has duly signaled that. So Kalisa Pluck has shown that she too can swing the willow. And she's going to swing and swing hard. Has a look around the field. We'll settle now. Here is Martin in the final over. She's swinging at that. Hits her on the leg. Thinking of the single. And the keeper went after it very quickly. And so hesitation by Martha. They decided against it. Here goes. Martin moves in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is slamming that one into the turf. No timing at all. Back up the strip to the bowler. So it's going to be Martin. Moving in now to bowl to Pluck. Pluck is struck on the pad, but her right foot was way outside the leg stump. She was swinging and going towards the leg. So here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Pluck is bowled. And that ends the innings as Pluck has a swing and Martin has picked out her leg stump. And we'll get the final score. So in terms of the scorecard, Nevis 206 all out in 48.4 overs. Thought that was the last over. And in terms of the batting, Melissa Clark, LBW bowled Hall for 80. Dominic Maynard caught Martin, bowled Anthony, that's Kimberly 18. Sheena Freeman, that's Annie, bowled Kimberly Anthony for 37. Sanelda Willet run out for 1. Latoya Busso bowled Richards for naught. Rosa Leibert bowled Anthony for naught. Martha Dukan not out on 17. Joella Nisbet bowled Richards for naught. And Wallace LBW bowled. Well, let's get that. Wallace it is. LBW bowled Richards for 4. Shandio bowled Richards for naught. And Carlisa Pluck bowled Martin for 9. So we had some 40 extras. And let's look at the bowling. We had Tanya Martin 7 overs, 28 runs, 1 wicket. Moses, the captain, 8 overs, 43 runs, no wickets. Courtney Brown, 3 overs, 15 runs, no wickets. Jennison Richards, 10 overs, 2 maidens, 38 runs, 4 wickets. Jessica Hall, 10 overs, 30 runs, 1 wicket. And Bellot, 2 overs for 14 runs. And my pick of the bowlers, Kimberly Anthony, 8 overs, 28 runs, and 3 wickets. Well, I went to get some water and some lunch, and trust me, we would have missed the first over by Rosa Leibert. She picked up a wicket, and now Melissa Clark picking up a wicket in this, the second over. We'll have to get the updated scores in a wee bit. That's a wide. Melissa Clark losing the script here on that occasion. Clark moves in now to bowl shots and stands up straight, pushes it back on the onside, can't score. Beaten outside the off stump. Wallace didn't collect cleanly. No touching it though. Clark once more. Stands up straight, pushes it easily into the offside, can't score. That ends the over. So Rosa Leibert would have picked up 1 wicket so far. Melissa Clark would have picked up 1 already as well. Here goes. Was elbow shorter. Struck on the pad. Sent on her way. Well. Nevis celebrating once more. Moses not a happy trooper. She was on the back foot and seemed to be questioning the umpire's decision on that occasion. But not a happy trooper. She storms back. Nevis would have picked up wicket number 3. Well, Moses comes back, the captain. 9 for 3. Antigua Barbuda in a bit of a hole right now. Flash and a miss. She holds her head. The keeper holds on to it. Beaten flew to the keeper there. So it's going to be Leeward once more. And she'll be bowling to the left-hander. We'll probably get a name soon as we check the scorecard. Loops it up. She hits it nicely to the upside. That's a lovely shot. That's traveling downhill and all. That's gone for 4. Beautiful extra cover drive, that. Copybook left-hander shot. So that's the wicket-keeper Parker. So obviously knows a little bit about batting as well. Or maybe a lot, because that was a lovely shot. Here's Leeward bowls, loops it up. He's driving again. Looks very comfortable on the drive. Thinking of the single. And Melissa Clark looking for the run out. They change their minds. That ends the over. 3rd over completed. 13 for the loss of 3. Great bit of work there by Roselle Leeward, throwing herself away to her right to pull that one in at first slip. So good stop, as that was guided by Cornelius, who is yet to get off the mark. 13 for the loss of 3, Antigua and Barbuda. Cornelius taking strike now from Clark. Here she goes. Clark, Melissa bowls in the air, but it's going to run away for 4. Gone fine, and it wasn't well controlled, but the fact is she got back onto it and it turned it away in vacant areas and gone for 4. So Cornelius on to 4. 17 for the loss of 3, Antigua and Barbuda. Here's Clark, races in now to bowl. That's off target. That's gone past the keeper. That's gone for 4 wides. Well, here is Clark moving in once more to bowl. That one outside the off stump, moving away. Well taken by Wallace. So Cornelius pulled the one away for 4. We missed that one, but it's Clark moving into bowl. That one again, the away movement outside the off stump, left alone. Here's Clark, races in now to bowl to Cornelius, left alone, shadowing that one as it goes through to the keeper, well taken by Wallace. That ends the over. So it's going to be Leeward now to bowl to Parker, the left-handed batter, swung away for 4. That's a lovely shot. Dragging it down and just spanked away backward up square for 4. So Antigua and Barbuda now pulling out the stops. So Parker looked very good behind the stumps and now looking pretty good in front of them as well. Certainly looks pretty impressive as a batter as well. And it's going to be Leeward moving in now to bowl to Parker. She's driving. That's a lovely shot. That's well fielded by Clark, and the return comes in. But that was a lovely shot. She was actually chipping to the ball and driving. Looks very enterprising indeed. Looks very good here, Parker. And Cornelius also getting into her strides. So the right and left hand combination working well for the moment for Antigua and Barbuda. So it's going to be Roselle Leeward moving in now to bowl to Cornelius. She's shadowing that one through to the keeper, well taken by Wallace. So here's Leeward. Moves in now to bowl to Cornelius. Short on the back foot, punches it. Well knocked down there. Good work. So here's Leeward. Moves in now to bowl. Cornelius. Bold! She's bold! Roselle Leeward was appealing for LBW, but she didn't realize that the stumps had been struck. And she's bold. That one kept a bit low. And Cornelius was pulling right across it and struck her middle stump while Roselle Leeward was appealing for an LBW. The ball had gone past the pads and into the stumps. And Parker showing her, well, you should have been on the front foot, playing straight. Too late now. So Roselle Leeward it is. Will bowl now to Jessica Hall, who bowled 10 useful overs. Now she's been called on to make some runs for her team. She's on the back foot. Should have been on the front foot, really dangerously onto that back foot. And managed to keep it out somehow, but that ends the over. 31 for 4. We have a change in bowling. Clark has been pulled out of the attack, and Davonique Maynard looping a full toss here. That's been spanked away. And a good stop up there. And they only got 2. So she would have saved 2 runs there, Shandio. Good running, good effort. Looped up full toss and just spanked away by Parker, who has looked good. She goes on to 11. The score is 33 for the loss of 4 Antigua and Barbuda. Settles once more. Here's Davonique. Oh, that's another loop in full toss. That might be a no ball. It is a no ball. So it will be a free hit. So Davonique not getting it out of her hands well for the moment. Free hit signal by Carl Tuckett. So Maynard once more. Moves in now to bowl. That's better. That's better, but swung away. Free hit and all. Parker had no hesitation. Just swung it away for 4. And she has certainly looked good so far, Parker. So it's going to be Maynard. And she'll be bowling now to Parker. Is Maynard bowls, left alone outside the off stump. Must have been pretty close to a wide 2. So she hasn't gotten it right as yet, but she's normally a very useful bowler, Davonique. So here she goes, moves in now to bowl, loops it up again. Keeper doesn't do too well, and they go through for what will be a bye, or is it a wide? Another wide, so 2 wides. So it's going to be Hall to take strike. Parker certainly has looked good. Short and swung just short of Latoya Bosso. It was in the air for a longish while. Toya was waiting on it to land. And so stopped it though. No runs. Here's Maynard. Bold loops it up. This time solidly, quietly forward. Pushes it into the offside. Can't score. Now it looks as if she might just be about getting into her own here. Here she goes, moves in once more to bowl shorter. Pulled away. Pluck has a chase. Well, it's not much of a chase. Shandio is running after it. Somebody stops it. That's Shandio. And they'll get 2. So it's going to be Clark now. Preparing to bowl to the aggressive Parker. That time she's stodgily pushing it. That was a good delivery. Dead on stumps. She came quietly forward, half forward really, and just dropped the bat on it. Here goes once more. Into bowl to Parker. Parker is getting one. She goes back on the back foot and just pushes it back up the strip to the bowler. Mid-wicket goes back because they realize that she has shown the ability to pull very savagely indeed. She looks around as Parker settles over her bat now. Here is Roselle Leeward bowls. He's down the track and certainly not afraid to use her feet. Getting down the track and just pushing it into the onside. So she has shown that she knows something about batting, this Parker. Here she goes, flatter on the back foot, pushes it. Dropping across is Roselle Leeward, stopping it well. Here goes once more. Roselle Leeward moves in now to bowl to Parker. Parker is swinging at that. Goes past the keeper and backed up. And she's home. It's a wide. The sun is out in all of its glory now. Certainly scorching hot here at the ETW. Here goes Leeward. That time she got bat on it. Does poor work there. Sanelda Willet putting a boot to it, and it's gone for 4. It's gone for 4. So swung into it there, Jessica Hall, and it's gone for 4. So here's Leeward moving in now to bowl. Gone. Leg before wicket on the back foot, swinging right across it. And Roselle Leeward has struck again as Jessica Hall tried to pull right across it. She was on the back foot in front of the stumps and sent on her way. Seems as if Jessica is having a bit of a question with the umpire. Maybe saying the umps played it, I'm not sure. But definitely this lady's batting extremely well. Maybe looking some water. Parker. Well, Maynard didn't have the best of overs, her first one. And we'd be hoping to make a comeback here. But Parker is looking good. And what I love about Parker is that she's also chipping to the spin bowlers. You don't see that a lot in ladies cricket. Chipping and being confident in driving. Here goes. Oh, I think that's a dropped catch. Came off the edge. The keeper got the gloves onto it and didn't hold on. It was a careless looking shot there by Parker. Reached a long way for that. The ball was turning away from her. And Wallace got it in the gloves but just couldn't hold on. This time off the, well, shot backward of square. And we're going to get 2 very easily here. So 2 more to the total. Some poor work out there, poor fielding. Allowed 2 runs there on that occasion. Again, a nice looking drive there by Parker. This time the keeper does well, shadows the stumps. Beaten outside the off stump is Parker. Useful delivery that from Maynard. Here goes once more, moves in now to bowl. That's a good delivery. She plays it easily into the offside though. So Parker seems to be very selective. She's definitely playing with a good head. Here goes once more. That's a wide-ish delivery, wide signal by the umpire. She has a swing and a miss. So Maynard getting some encouragement as she'll move in now to bowl to Parker. Hits it in the air. Again, it's going backward a point. Again, they have a chase and falling over. They're going back easily for the second. Well, it's going to be Roselle Leeward. And she'll be bowling to the new batter. From this distance, almost looking like Tonya Martin. But we'll have to verify that. As here goes, moves in now. Roselle Leeward bowls. Turns it right off the stumps. Down towards square leg, well fielded there by Annie. Can't score, but that was dangerous. So it's going to be Leeward once more. Moving in now to bowl Oh, again, that's a useful delivery. And again, dangerously on that back foot, but somehow manages to get the bat to it. So she seems to be a bit stuck in the crease, but we need to be on that front foot a lot more. Here she goes. Rosa Leibert moves in now to bowl, punching it into the offside. Well stopped there by Latoya Busso. Gets a round of applause from the pavilion. Spectators catch. Here goes once more. Leibert moves in now to bowl. Gone. Right on that back foot again. And LBW right on that back foot. Swinging right across it. And Rosa Leibert strikes again. So the Antiguans on that back foot certainly not in their best interest. Doesn't seem to be Tanya Martin. But the fact is, another wicket has gone for Antigua and Barbuda. Well, Parker stands there in park like the cheese standing alone. She wants somebody to stay with her. But they're not doing that at the moment. So the new batter in is going to be Rosa Leibert to continue. By my reckoning, I think about 5 wickets gone already. But we have to double check that. Here goes. Rosa Leibert bowls. And that's a wide. Goes past the keeper. Pluck chases after it. Can she pull it in? They're thinking of a second. Should have gotten it too. Wide signal. So 2 runs added to the total. It's Leibert moving in now to bowl to Parker. Flatter. Punches this into the offside. Oh, she was way down the pitch. Somehow manages to get back. Parker was not going anywhere, but the non-striker was charging down the pitch. Oh, well taken there by Wallace, whipping off the bails very quickly indeed, but Parker's back foot was well grounded. That ends the over. Well, it's going to be Maynard moving in now to bowl. Off the edge, coming across and feeling it nicely is ET Willet. So here goes once more. Maynard loops. That's a good ball. Somehow manages to get some bat on it and pushes it into the offside. But she really was flat-footed there, not moving forward. She was on the back foot. Dropped the bat down on it. So Maynard once more. Dav moves in now to bowl. A little wider, a little more space for the batter. Misses the shot through to the keeper. Maynard once more loops it. And that one is signaled wide. Misses the pads as it goes through to the keeper. Takes it well, Wallace. Antigua and Barbuda gave away something like 40 extras. Nevis seemed as if they planned to return the favor. Left alone outside the off-stump. Wide signal by the umpire. So here's Maynard moving in now to bowl. Left alone outside the off-stump once more. So here's Maynard moving in now to bowl. Shorter. Stands up straight, punches it into the offside, can't score. Davinique Maynard Moves in now to bowl, full toss, and no ball for height. So that's the second time she has done that. Here goes once more. Moves in now to bowl. Well, it was a free hit, but she didn't do much with that. Just hit it back up the strip to the bowler. That ends the over. So frustrating times here for Nevis. Davonique bowls. He's tugging at this one, gets the inner edge down towards backward of square, runs across and can't score. So definitely.
You see this girl with the hat? She should stay behind here. She going forward, which is into that space. If you hit it between your four ones.
Here goes once more. Pushes it nicely into the offside. Sanelda Willet skips across,
So
pulls it in.
You see where she will come in?
Here goes once more. Beaten outside.
Not out.
Not out because it came off the glove and then onto the stumps, and she seems to be walking away. Did the square leg umpire signal out?
No.
The square leg umpire is walking in. What's going on here?
You want to fix this stump?
Oh, okay. Stodgily pushes it away into the outside. That ends the over. It looks as if they're going to have a water break. So it's going to be Rosa Leeward. She'll be continuing from the pavilion end, and she'll be bowling to Therese Parker. So Parker has found an ally in the last batter. She's again solid in defense, just pushes it into the offside. This partnership has certainly carried the Antigua Barbuda team a long way, and frustrating the Nevis bowlers. Pulled away, that's going to be one. That's good fielding. Getting right behind the ball in the approved manner. Yeah, that's it. So here goes once more. She's swinging that one. Well fielded in the end by Martha, and only a single. So here goes once more. Bowls. Turns it into the onside. And so the possibility is real now that Antigua and Barbuda, with quite a number of overs remaining, could still try to get these runs with the two last batters at the crease. A long time ago it seemed impossible, but that one missed the stump, the leg stump, as she swept at that one past the keeper. And I don't know if Wallace took some coaching tips she got from Daniel seriously, because let's look at the glove work once more. Let's see how those gloves are. Well, this time she grabs it nicely as the batter is beaten through to the keeper. So it's going to be Rosa Leeward once more. Moving in now to bowl to. Beaten again, well taken again by Wallace. Rosa Leeward amazed that he can't get an edge here. So Messi has certainly frustrated the Nevis bowlers. Now it's going to be Leeward moving in now to bowl to Messi. Messi's turning it into the onside. Sanelda Willet is in attendance, can't score. Ends another over.
And stabilize the thing with the same terrace.
Okay.
And we drop Amanda early, you know, so if you drop Amanda, you would have gone into the thing. And again, what I was telling them again, you know, cricket.
Here goes balls to Parker, quietly pushes it into the outside.
She doesn't play well outside mid-wicket. In the event you slow. That's what she's going to score.
Goes Willet balls. She's tugging at that one. That should have been placed to the offside. Seems as if that was premeditated there by Parker.
Yeah, because she's trying to score.
So It's going to be Willet. And she'll be bowling now to Terrace Parker. Again, she's driving smoothly up to mid-off. Can't score. Here goes. So, Willet moves in now to bowl to Parker. Gets a full toss. She tugs it into the onside. A loud cracking sound on the bat. Timing poor on that occasion.
She intentionally, and she to me she like she batting right and half stump, you know. So she's seeing it. That is why she don't go across the line a lot.
Here's Willet, bowls quietly forward, pushes it into the offside. That ends another over. That should have been a single. Parker not showing any interest on that occasion. So it's going to be Leeward. She'll be bowling to Messi. Here she goes, bowls. She's punching it up the strip on the onside. Leeward goes across, picks it up.
Bowling ball in the tournament.
Boy. Here goes once more. Leeward moves in now to bowl. Good delivery, but she kept it out. Again, that stodgy defense. Again, keeping it out. She does what she does best. Just keeping it out.
The number 9. For them, the one that number 9. She batted just like she against us. Frustrated.
Again, playing straight, back up the strip to the bowler.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that Rosa Leeward is very frustrated.
This is wonderful.
So Antigua and Barbuda showing great grit here. It would be nice to know how much this partnership has produced so far. And now she has gone wide. Frustrations for the bowler, and she has bowled it wide. And more runs to Antigua and Barbuda. They're getting closer to the target. Here goes now, bowls. Oh, no, that might have been a catch. Just the way Rosa Leeward is reacting. But then again, she's very dramatic, is Roselle.
You see,
so you never know.
Again, you see the keeper. If she just tell what she's doing it, so you, I mean, at this level here, you have to expect a lot of mistakes.
Willet moves in now to bowl, punches it into the offside. Clark comes across, can't score.
They got to come for catch. Put somebody just a little.
Again, a little bit in the air, down towards the deep point position, will get a single. Pass sweeper.
No, they got to be attacking so that if the ball come, as the Australian Englishman will tell you, give yourself a chance to get a wicket.
Willet bowls, good delivery again, well kept out. And Messi would have done her team proud today. I'm sure she'll be asking her captain for a promotion after this.
Well, today is her day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, today definitely her day.
That's the cricket world.
She walked out, everybody expected this match to be over by now. And she has kept them tugging it now. Shot in anger and misfielded badly. But recovery done quickly. And they get a single.
You can lose game tactically, you know. Yes. Because you're not as aggressive as you should be. A 1 wicket you want, one
Here's
wicket.
Willet bowls, and this time she turns it into the onside. Lots of open acreage out there. And they get an easy single. So here goes Willet, moves in now. She's driving smoothly down to wideish mid-off. And that ends another frustrating over for Nevis. Antigua and Barbuda fighting back here. So Marta Dukan back into the attack. Tugged away, that's 4. That's a lovely shot. She dragged it down. And Terrence Parker just pulled it away for 4. Antigua and Barbuda looking to win this game. Nevis a game to lose.
Look at the situation again. We're going to put the better fielder here. And she's knocking the ball by the post in the hat more of the time.
Oh, that's a full toss. He just came quietly forward and stroked it into the outside. So the Nevis bowlers, they don't seem to have an answer for what's happening here. The fielding has not been the best. Loops it again. This time that one spinning across her. And she comes quietly forward. Wallace races from behind the stump to pick it up. Sanello Willet trying to encourage her team. It has been frustrating for them. And the body language saying that they are frustrated. Loops it again. Down the track she goes. Waist pluck. It goes away from her. It's gone for 4. So Terrence Parker has shown that she has the capability again. Change in the field as Pluck has been moved from that position. Melissa Clark has been placed there. Challenging Terrence Parker to try the same shot. This time she pushes it quietly into the onside. Pluck is in attendance. So Martha Dukan picked up 4 in her last outing, but hoping to get 1 here. She's driving smoothly, and off the boundary comes Annie Freeman and gets a single. But it's going to be Sanello Willet who will continue. 1 wicket needed, but that 1 wicket looks as if it's 10 of them still to go the way these two are going. Real frustrating for Nevis. Parker settles as Sanello Willet, the captain, trying to outsmart her here. Moves in now to Yorker link delivery. She comes solidly forward. Here's Parker. She has been one cool, calm customer. So Willet moves in now to bowl. Nice breeze here. Flash and a miss. Well taken by Wallace. Parker settles once more. Willet moves in now to bowl. Punches out towards Melissa Clark in the air. Dropping well short in the end. So it's going to be Willet once more. Cool, quiet conditions here at the ET double. Turns it right off her stumps. Premeditated and all. Went right across her stumps. And just turned it into the onside. Gets a single. I think I just heard Parker telling Messi to stay batting, but I don't think she needs any more advice because she's been. So, lots of adjustments in the field for Terrence Parker, who was frustrated. The Nevis batting here along with Messi. The Nevis bowling along with Messi. Here's Melissa Clark from this end. She's driving, beaten outside the out stump, through to the keeper. Well taken by Wallace on that occasion. Here goes once more. Clark bowls again. This time it goes through the keeper. Virtual long stop in place now. Another waft at that by Parker, beaten through to the keeper. Here it goes once more. Moves in now to bowl to Parker, left alone outside the off stump. And off and running, gone past one fielder. They're going back for the second. A little mix up there between the. And she got in the way somehow, but I don't think it was deliberate. Moves in now to bowl. Clark bowls wide of the mark. Might be signaled wide. It is. Clark moves in now to bowl to Parker. She drives down towards mid-off. And he comes in quickly. Here's Clark bowling to Parker, beaten, comprehensively beaten. So Willet it is, will be bowling to Messi. Was shown that she has some level of competence at this level. Oh, that's gone for 4 wides. Poor delivery, 4 wides. They add up here. So Nevis being frustrated here by these two. Here goes, moves in now to bowl. She's slamming it hard down towards mid-off. Can't score.
The one on the off strike. You got 80 something? Yeah. Come on, man. I ain't after that guy. If you win the game, if I continue like that.
Here goes once more. Willet moves in now to bowl to Messi off target again. Not doing well. The keeper touches it. And Clock came across quickly, gets a return in. So Willet will bowl once more to Messi. Here goes. Willet bowls. Struck on the pad, but it's down the leg side. And they go through for a leg bye. While the field adjustments being made, Parker walks away and has a close look at what's going on. Settles over her bat now. Willet moves in now to bowl. She's just coming forward, pushing it into the onside, can't score.
Don't give them no room, not in the start, right hand stump.
Here goes Willet bowls. Tugged away, that's a lovely heave. And it's going to cross the line now, gone for 4.
Shot.
So the spectators are really worried now. Antigua right into this game with the possibility of pulling off a come from behind win after virtually being out of it. And that ends another over. Looks as if Antigua is going to pull off a stunning victory here from behind, because that's 169 now. That's close, that's gone. Struck on the back leg, and Messi finally goes. And Therese Warner must be congratulated for some superb batting here. She got to 80 not out. And it was a frustrating time for Nevis, but finally the wicket goes. So that was a really good partnership between these two for the last wicket. Superb partnership that. And just missing one with a stodgy defense there. Messi struck on the back leg, sent on her way. And good game in the end. At one point it looked very one-sided, but Antigua and Barbuda fought back really well. And leading the way is Therese Parker. She stands tall, head and shoulders above everybody else as she walks back. And so Therese Warner really batted like a champ here today.
Finally done.
So it was a very good game in the end. I'm with Therese Parker, Therese, you really kept wicket well today and you batted superb.
Well, my aim today was to just steady and try to bat out the 50 overs. And whoever coming in with me, to just tell him to stay there with me until the end.
But where did you learn to play cricket like that?
Well, since I was a young girl, growing up playing softball, I only started playing hardball about 7 years ago. So my basics from softball, I try to apply it to hardball
And you also wicket keep very well.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody has told you that you have done very well as a wicket keeper as well.
Thank you.
And what about looking forward now to the West Indies tournament? You're looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to make some more runs and put my name, on the map.
Well, I can tell you, your name is very high on the map from today. So I want to wish you all the best, and certainly you played a very good game. At one point, do you think you could have pulled it off? Looked as if you're on Messi.
At one point, I think we could have battled the 50 overs as long as she just stayed there and just play out the balls, and me trying to get down to the end to, get on strike and try to get as much out of the over and then try to get back up on the other end. So I want to applaud her for sticking there with me, but in the end, she got out.
No. Last question. You were at the other end, and I'm sure, I haven't done the count yet, but I'm sure there are about 5 or 6 LBW decisions. Now, if people in Antigua are listening, they would say, LBW? But you were at the other end. They were playing right across the line. Your thoughts as you saw those decisions?
For me, they were playing the ball on the back foot. They weren't coming forward to play the spin. So every time they go back, the ball either hit them straight on to the wicket or go through their foot and hit the stump. And everyone that comes in, I try to tell them, don't play the spin on the back foot, come forward and play the ball. But unfortunately,
and that's another thing you have done well. I haven't seen any other batsman today or batter who chipped to the spinner. Where did you learn that? I did say final question, but where did you learn to chip and drive like that?
As I say, soft ball. And I try to practice it as much as I can in the nets. So when I go there, I try to apply it. Because most times you can't really steady and face the spinner. You have to get to the ball. And if I get to the ball and I can't go over it, I try to play it down as much as possible.
Well played, Therese. All the best.
Thank you.